Hello, this is Renaud Téchier for the part 1 of the RPG series. In this video we will learn how to use the NavMesh system in the game engine. We will use Blender 2.66 and we load the starter file, part 1 start.blend. So in this scene you have 4 objects: the map, the NavMesh, the goal, and the player object. The NavMesh is similar to the map object. There is just an offset on the edges for the player to not collide with the walls or fall into the holes inside and outside. The goal is the place where the player wants to go. So let's set up the scene for the NavMesh simulation. First, we will turn this into a NavMesh in the physics panel. Here, navigation mesh. Now, when you press P, nothing happens, but this object is no longer a static object, so the physics doesn't apply to this object. It is invisible. Let's make this object as a rigid body object, and let's remove its form factor because this gives us some physics simulation that we don't want for this object. As you can see, he has a simple collision. Now let's give him some movement, so he will be moving to this object. We will use the steering actuator to activate this actuator. At every frame we need to add an always sensor and press this button here. We'll give him the target, the goal, and the NavMesh, the navigation mesh. Now with this stick behavior, if we press P, he will go straight forward and fall in the ground. He doesn't calculate any path, but he goes in a line to the destination object. And also we need to, if we check this button, he will try to avoid the walls of the NavMesh, but still going to a straight line to this object. So I need to first enable the obstacle stimulation with the raise option. Now you press P, you see it tries to go to this object, but obviously there is something that it doesn't figure out, and boom, it falling into the void. So the problem, you can see the problem is maybe if we give him a lower radius, maybe we can find a way to turn, but as you can see, it doesn't really try to find a path. is just moving randomly. You see the when he's close to the wall, he just turns, but he doesn't really know where he is going. This is the sick behavior. Use this when your target is very close to you, but when the target is very far and a lot of different room away, you need to use a path following. And when you press P, your object is going to calculate the path, and here you see him fall. This is because he doesn't turn fast enough to the good angle. So we need to increase the acceleration to something like 10. So it gives him an angular acceleration and velocity acceleration. So it will take less time to reach the 120 turn speed, and it takes less time to reach the 3 units velocity. And if you take, for example, 9999, you will be instantly at 3 of velocity and 120 velocity, but this is the maximum value. You cannot go faster than this. So as you can see, he starts with the good value, but he will stop. He will not go higher than this value. So we get our NavMesh scene setup, and for the character behavior, this will be very, very good and enough to make fighting behavior and navigation behavior. So this is it. Just using this simple actuator, your game gets some nice navigation, pathfinding, NavMesh pathfinding, and for free inside of the Blender game engine. Thanks for watching, and we will meet in the next video for the part 2.